Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Terry, and today I will be sharing this sweet card that I created using some products from the Seiwa Stamps collection. So let's get started. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the stamp set that I'll be using today. This one is called I Love Fall, and I just love the design of this stamp set. It's so cute. And I love all the little elements in the stamp set as well as the sweet sentiments. Okay, so to start off my card, I am stamping the images down on white cardstock. This cardstock is from Seiwa Stamps. It's the Color Me Blank cardstock, and I trimmed it down to 4¼ by 5½ inches. I did have to stamp out the images twice just to make sure I had a good impression. And I'm also using a black alcohol marker friendly ink. And once I have my stamped images, I went in with alcohol markers and I'm going in and coloring each of the images. So like always, I will go ahead and leave a timestamp down below. So if you're not interested in the coloring part, you can go ahead and forward it to that time. But if you are, I hope you sit back and enjoy. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
In the very first moments of falling, the stirring of the heart, felt the love I gave no longer started to bloom with you in mind. Wanna learn to find with you a way to hold, not lose. If I open up my heart this way, intertwine, maybe I'll make a change. This can only mean one thing, that my love might begin to believe again. It's only for you, only for you, only for you. It's only for you, it's only for you, only for you, only for you, only for you.
Kinda funny, crazy madness that keeps me up at night. Just thinking of you makes me nervous, like there's only you and I. You're the clarity I find when the clouds fill up the sky. I don't wanna miss a piece of you. When I'm with you, I can never lose.
This can only mean one thing, that my love might begin to believe again. It's only for you, only for you, only for you. It's only for you, it's only for you, only for you. It's only for you, only for you. Your love in me.
Okay, so I am back. So after I finished coloring the images, I am working on the background scene. So going in with another piece of white cardstock, I am using my blending brush and a few shades of ink. So I wanted to create somewhat of an ombre effect. So I'm going in with a darker shade on one side of the cardstock and using a lighter shade on the other side of the cardstock. Making sure I'm using my brush and blending the two colors together in between. Okay, so once that was completed, I went in with my A2 knit cover plate die. And I really love this die because there's two ways to use it. You could use it continuously without the rectangle die there, and it would die cut the pattern onto any cardstock without cutting any of the edges. But if you wanted to trim it down to a A2 size card, you can go ahead and use the rectangle die that it comes with. Okay, so I went ahead and ran that through my die cutting machine off screen. And here is a close-up look at that. It looks so beautiful and I just love this pattern. Okay, so before I continue with anything else, I wanted to create a frame. So I am going in with the nested bookplate die. And I'm only using 2 of the frames. So I went ahead and used my wire cutters and I clipped off the inside of the die. So then I went ahead and used this piece that's connected together and I die cut that out of white cardstock a few times. Then going in with liquid adhesive, I am layering it onto one another. I like doing this because it creates a lot of dimension onto my card panel. Okay, now going back to the A2 knit cover plate die cut that we created, I'm going in with liquid adhesive as well, and I'm going to adhere this onto a white piece of cardstock. Then going in with the nested bookplate frames, I'm going in with liquid adhesive and adhering that onto the blended card panel. Now using my scissors, I'm just trimming off the excess. Okay, so now to create a little more interest to my scene, I am going in with the hills and snowbanks dies, and I die cut that out of white cardstock. So with one of the strips, I went ahead and used my scissors and trimmed that in half. I then went ahead and used liquid adhesive and I am applying it behind the frame. I actually removed the frame just to make sure I had the placement correctly. And then once I was happy with that, I went back in and adhered the frame die back on top of that. Okay, so now going in with the sentiments. So I went ahead off screen, I stamped and die cut a bunch of sentiments from the holiday sentiment stamp set. And I love this stamp set because there's so many different options that you can use. See, here are a bunch of it on screen. I'm just trying to figure out which sentiment I want on my card panel. And once I figured that out, I went ahead and used liquid adhesive and adhered that onto the card panel. So before I adhere the stamp image onto the card panel, I went in with my white gel pen and just added a few highlights and details throughout the image. Then using foam squares from Thermoweb, I went ahead and popped her on top of the card panel. So now it's time to adhere everything together. So I'm going in with the card blanks and the number 6. And I love these card blanks because it comes pre-cut, pre-scored. So all that you have to do is use your bone folder to reinforce the score line. And I also went ahead and used the same A2 knit cover plate die and die cut that out of white cardstock. I went ahead and then used liquid adhesive and adhered that onto the card base. Then going in with liquid adhesive again, I applied that on top of our card front and adhered it onto the card base. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
In the very first moments of falling, stirring of the heart, felt the love I gave no longer started to bloom with you in mind. Wanna learn to find with you a way to hold, not lose. If I open up my heart this way, intertwine, maybe I'll make a change. This can